Welcome to navigate your life's challenges with tarot, astrology, and me, Michelle Wright. I'm so glad you're here. We are in our beautiful RV in Victoria, BC. We can continue to be here. And today, I think I'm going to pull this down. This blind, it's a little bit bright out there. And this, I'm just going to move the cat food. Move all of our stuff. And we today are having a bit of rain, and it is actually quite beautiful out there. I just took the dog for a walk this morning, and as rainy as it is, it's still very, very warm. So you get very warm as you're walking around. And it's just so green. And everywhere we walk, we have these amazing spring flowers coming up. The cherry blossoms are already coming out, and just flowers, cherry blossoms. You can just see the earth waking up. And I don't think here in Victoria it ever goes to sleep because the grass is green. I don't think it grows as much, but it's still green and vibrant. And you just feel a sense of aliveness when you're here. We're also right on the harbor. So right now, when I look out, I see these beautiful boats and houseboats, which is an interesting way to live and just be right on this harbor. And we also have planes that come in. They come right into the Victoria Harbor. So people can take a plane from here to, I'm not sure wherever they go, but it's just a very beautiful and quick ride. I know that's actually on our bucket list. Jason would like to take this harbor plane from here to Vancouver and then go stay some time over in Vancouver and maybe see an event, whether it's a hockey game or a concert. We're not sure. Still in the plans. That's the beautiful thing. We also want to take our bikes and bike up to Souk. It's 40 kilometers there, 40 kilometers back. So we haven't done a lot of bike riding. So we are happy that we will have electric bikes that help us push that end piece when we're a bit exhausted at the end of the day. But it's just exciting to explore, exciting to go around and see life. And as well, we usually live in a 5-bedroom home because when we blended our family, we had 4 teenagers, and that meant that everybody had their own space. And even our cabin is 4 bedrooms. So it's more like a house. So we're in this beautiful RV, and it is a 25-footer. And so we are learning to live in limited space and really being organized, and we're enjoying it. You enjoy this sense, just like when we hiked around, or not hiked, but when we traveled around New Zealand and Australia with a 40-liter backpack. There is something about living with less, and you can so easily do it because even though we have less, we have so many things with us. I have all of my cards, everything I need for my business. My husband has everything he needs for his busking. He has his 2 guitars, his sound system. And if you haven't seen that, go over to michellewright.co on my Instagram, and you're going to see my beautiful husband living out his dream, his passion project, which is busking and learning the songs. He has had a guitar since he was 11 years old. He was in a band. They wrote songs and did a lot musically when he was in his early 20s, early 30s, and then life, kids, a business came in. So he didn't get to really focus on his musicality as much. And now he gets to get back into it. He gets to explore this aspect of himself. Ooh, just trying to create. So it is a beautiful part of this time of our lives, and we are so blessed, and we absolutely love it. And now you here today came for some insights. So for you, you might be experiencing some life's challenges. And I need to let you know the truth of it is this. Even though all of this is happening and things are going really well, I can feel the crunchiness of this eclipse coming up. And every morning I've been putting on my headphones. I've been listening to some healing music on Spotify. I've been listening to my meditation music and just journaling and pulling cards and finding ways to release. We're also in a place where we have such beautiful cedar. And I know from one of my teachers, Danielle Sarank, she shared some indigenous teachings about the cedar tree. And it is that it can help you release what doesn't serve you. And so I've been sitting underneath cedar trees, using the boughs that fall to the ground and using them just to cleanse my energy. So for yourself, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're looking to experience, and how are you getting there? And this eclipse is karmic. This eclipse is bringing us to some shifts and changes. I have had a shoulder pain injury that has almost been debilitating. It's difficult to put on my jacket. It's difficult to take off my bra. It's difficult to move or put my arms in specific positions. And so I'm wondering, energetically, what does this mean? When I look at the shoulder, it's having so much weight on my shoulders. When I look at having, it's talking about releasing, it's talking about finding joy and allowing joy to be in my life. And so I've had to really navigate through this crunchiness this week and really figure out what is important. And I have a challenge just accepting good things happening in my life. I have almost a part of me that is going through saying, okay, you need to continue to work hard. And if you're not working hard, the good things aren't going to come. And that comes, from some of the paradigms we had from my religious paradigms I've lived through school, right? It's work hard and you get a good grade. Through work itself, work hard and now you get a promotion. And energetically, that's not the way the universe works. And it's like, what? What do you mean? And it's like, no, Michelle, you don't have to work hard. You just have to live in the now, be present, release the triggers. So my trigger is, oh my gosh, what's happening? Release the triggers and be in the now and look where the flow is. So when I walk my dog in the rain, my flow and my glow comes from just being underneath the trees, in the trees, from sensing the land around me, from being in this warmth, from walking fast without worrying about slipping on ice, and enjoying that right now at this moment, and just letting it fill my soul, letting it fill my heart, and letting it heal me. And so this is what the shoulder for me is reminding me. And I looked up some of this. So Louise Hay, in her work, did some work around if you have aches and pains in different parts of your body, there's some affirmations. There's some indications of what this pain is happening for you, how it's happening and how it can help you release. So if you're finding pain, you can look there as well. I am now going to pull some cards for us in this beautiful Friday the 13th. How beautiful is that? And tomorrow is the 14th. For some of us, it's a day to celebrate relationships with self, with others. It's also a day if you're not there and you've been wanting to look at relationships and it hasn't happened. Really exploring, like me, what are you releasing? What is it bringing up? And how can you move forward? How can you, well, I think it's heal and release. That's what's coming in, because I have to heal and release. I have to learn how to live in my now. And I have to recognize that I don't need to work so hard. I can just enjoy the now. It doesn't mean, sit on my butt and do nothing. It's just meaning that the deserving of it, the energetic deserving of it, doesn't mean I have to work hard. The energetic deserving of any abundance and any goodness is just because I breathe, just because I'm alive. And that is hard for me. And so I have to come back to it again and again and again, and that my hard work um, is the work of living. And so it's creating this duality of good and bad, and it's helping me reframe what's happening for me. Everything is happening for me. So when I'm struggling emotionally, it's happening for me to help me explore what I need to release and to experience it as an opportunity to grow in that aspect of my life. And so, what do we have here for us today? First of all, from the old magic way, we have elemental. And elemental is just talking about these very ancient. So this is a Celtic deck. These very ancient sources of the elements: earth, fire, water, spirit, the elements that are around us. And it's connecting to them. How are we connecting to the elements around us and seeing how, for me, I'm going to use myself, seeing how I can be healed from them, seeing how I can reframe. So when it's raining at home, actually, rain would be a time that we just stayed in the house. And here on the coast, in the rainforest, rain, you go out. You go out in rain. You do everything in rain. You bike in rain. You walk in rain. Because if you didn't move in rain, it would be like not moving in snow in Alberta. You just need to move. So recognize the elements, and each one gives us different teachings, different understandings, different learnings. And so typically the sun and the heat and the warmth, I love that as well. And I am now appreciating rain. I'm appreciating the green that it brings. And I am appreciating the rainforest that it creates and living in here, what that is. And then I have soul cards. I love these because they do not come with a deck. It is just a picture. And so in here, you look at the colors. So we have blue. This is with our throat chakra. I see a face here. And then I see peace. And for me, you know what this is about? And you can see what resonates for you. How do I speak? How do I speak to those around me? How am I speaking on the internet? I know there's lots politically that's happening. And how do I speak? In the collective, is my voice being used to share love, to share peace? And that's what this is asking. And so if you say, "Oh, no, actually, there's a lot of criticalness that's coming in," then it's getting you to go, okay, wherever that is, I invite you now to go then into your own self. And how do you speak to you? How do you speak to your own soul, your own self in the mirror? So when you look in the mirror, do you say, "I absolutely love you"? And you say that with honesty and depth. I like the way you look. I like the way you act. I like what you're doing with your life. I like your trajectory. I like it. I love you. And if that's challenging, it's going to get you to say, okay, if there are aspects that you don't like, in a loving, compassionate, forgiving way, what are some guiding thoughts, guiding actions, guiding ways forward that you can take for yourself? Is it forgiving versions of yourself? I know for me, that happens. I'm walking and all of a sudden there will be a choice or a version of myself. And I'm like, I can't believe I did that. And when that comes up in shame and guilt, I need to embrace that moment of myself and fully say, I love you. I love you in that moment. You were doing the best you could. And even if you weren't doing the best you could, I'm going to forgive you and I'm going to love that version, because that version of you brought you to here today and to who you want to create. So this is really you taking stock about how you're sharing and speaking to others in your life, those close to you and those far away, even on social media. It is talking about speaking with wholeness, completeness, and creating love in this world, because we have that. And also taking stock of what is the communication with yourself, and what does that look like, sound like, feel like when you look in your own mirror, when you look at your own life that has been and what you're trying to create. Where are you at? Our next card is modesty from the Tao Oracle. And I'm going to read just the words so that you, if there's anything that resonates, because this is all about you connecting with your own soul. So I talked to you about how it connects with me and the cards, and it's you. What is your story? And that's spiritual sovereignty that's so important. So it's talking about moderation, humility, keep it simple, lack of pretension, self-respect, sincerity, respectability. And here, when I read those words, the word that comes is self-respect. And the reason is do you know what? When I do readings with my clients, no matter what I hear, no matter what their story is, I have such compassion for the human journey. I have such compassion for the choices and difficulties that people have in their lives and therefore need to navigate through. And I have no problem saying, no worries, I understand, and holding that sacred space for them. And that's where, for me, the self-respect is just binging around. Do I have that same self-respect for my difficult human journey? The difficulty of this 3D life that we live and the challenges that come in each moment that we have. And that's what it's talking about. And self-respect is giving ourselves the breaks, the compassion, and love as we move forward. Because the only way forward is through, and it is through self-respect, self-love, self-talk that is positive and loving. I had a beautiful client of mine reach out and want a beautiful reading. So, my glorious BM, here you go. This one is for you. So for right now, at this time, so it's solar eclipse. It is Valentine's Day. And I know you've worked through a lot, and there's just so many things happening. I think even so, I'm just going to be finding out what you need to know. So I'm going to be using my Light Seer Tarot. Just what do you need to know today? What's going on for you? I'm going to be pulling. Okay. There is a lot going on for you. 3 major arcana cards. Oh my goodness. Okay, first is the moon. Then we have the magician. And then we have the sun. And I'm going to go through. So this is a very significant time for you. None of them are in protection, so it's talking about it. The first is the moon. And so this is about disillusionment. So it's talking about there's something you do not understand that is happening right now. You just don't understand the fullness of it. So I need you at this point then to say, I do not understand, but I'm going to trust. And that's hard. Surrender and trust. Give it to source, creator, God, and just say, I don't know what it is, because that's where your magic comes. Your magic is in really connecting and saying, I have, through deep dignity, when I look at you talking respectful, putting up good powerful, strong boundaries that you need for safety, for for your family, and for continued compassion for yourself first, and then those around you. Those strong boundaries have to be in. And as a magician, you have used all the tools. And I know in our work together, you talked about, like, I have worked through therapy. I have worked through different groups to build these skills, and you use them. You use your mind, you use your heart, you use your soul, your words, your thinking, and you do this. So it's continuing to do that, but recognizing that there's something that you do not understand. And so this is a surrender, and just to surrender with fully trust and know that at the moment that you need to respond, you are going to have all this learning to draw upon, and it will go well. It's going to go well. This is the best card in the deck as a major arcana. This is the Sun card. It is the card of everything went well. Everything you can imagine went well. So that is that surrendering it to it. And in the control of what you have control of, there's going to be pieces you don't understand. And that's where you surrender, and you give a prayer, and you just say, I know. And you connect with your spirit team, you connect with your loved ones in spirit, and you just say, I'm giving it to you. You're going to protect me. I am showing up with everything I have in every way that I have. And you're going to show me the way, and it will go well. It will go well. I am just so excited for you. But it is, you don't understand. Right now, it does not feel like this. I can tell you right now, it feels a little bit like, what is going on? It is not working out well. So it is saying, this one is blessing and curses. Interesting. Do not be ashamed, not of your thorns or of your flowers. This is about your psyche, self-love, and beauty. And for me, when I lean into this for you, Bam, this is really looking at being compassionate with yourself. Like for me, it's coming here to how you speak to yourself, and here for self-respect. This has been a hard journey in so many ways. And as different people have perspectives of it, they tell you how they think about it. They tell you, oh, well, if I had been there, I would do this or this or this, or this isn't right. And I just see this. This is you completely owning every step you took in this journey, because the thorns, you have lived through the thorns, and you have literally bled in so many ways from your heart, your soul, your mind. And you have created the blessings that you are receiving, and it's owning this and celebrating you. And in that self-respect is recognizing that because of this learning, you will never be in a place like this again. You will have this strength, you will have this strong psyche, so do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of what is coming. Because no matter if you can see it or not, it will go well. And what's coming in here is they also have the two wolves, and it can be like the two dragons. Which one are you feeding? And I want you, because we can do the what ifs. What if it doesn't go well? And all the what ifs for future things, we can be thinking and preparing ourselves for the what ifs in the negative sense, because we're worried about being disappointed. And I want you to recognize, and this is what this is saying, you are powerful. So I really want you to recognize for yourself that your what ifs need to change to the positive. What if everything goes well? What if you get everything you ask for? What if you get more than you ask for? What if it all works well? And I want you to connect to that energy. I want you to use your magical being to connect to this sun that is coming. And so to bring in that energy. So from an energetic perspective, it's really talking about really leaning in to the really leaning in to believing that the magic could happen, that you could, from all the difficulties you have experienced, you could experience abundance and joy and absolute bliss. And you have to let it in. You have to you have to dream big for yourself. And because if everything goes to hell in a handbasket, you're going to deal with it. And the disappointment isn't going to be the same that you've dealt with, because all the thorns and roses, you've done that work. Now you get to go and experience a different part of your life. Allow the good to come in. Allow it. Allow it wholly and completely. So I need the what if. So not the what if, all the negative versions. I need you to write down all the what if in all the positive versions. And I want you to dream big. I want you to dream audaciously. What if you win $80 million? What if? What if it all goes well? What if? And allow it to move into that. Because that's where the crux is for you. You can't make this stuff up. I just pulled you a card from the surrender, and it's surrender to trust. I'm going to read it to you. Trust yourself and your decisions, my beautiful BM. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action. Be confident that you have chosen the right path. This is everything I have just said. And so this is your beautiful spirit team highlighting the most important part, the most important reason why you reached out. Trust yourself. Surrender to trust. Do not let what other people think or sway. This is about your soul, your journey in this lifetime, only you. And I know you are responsible for so many. I know you are. I need you, though, to look that you, BM, have the right to a glorious life. And this isn't about people pleasing. This isn't about making it easy. This is about you embracing this right to that glorious part and open up to it and trust what is coming in. Trust. Surrender to trust. I just love that. I love that. I love that for you. I do. And here I have got beautiful Colette Baron-Reid. And for Colette Baron-Reid, this is so beautiful for you. Eagle spirit. Spirit has your back. That's also what I've said to you. I've said trust, surrender, prayer, surrender to it. You can't see what's happening. And your what ifs are going to go to the negative because, to be honest, the stuff that's happened has been difficult and hard. And I think we can't gaslight that, and we can't say, oh, yeah. You have to be honest with yourself. It has been difficult and hard. It has been really challenging to get where you are today, and you have earned every inch of where you are. You have earned every blessing through the thorns. You have done this. You have done this. This is your magic. And your spirit team is saying, we've got your back. We need you to feed the positive dragon. We need you to allow yourself to easily receive, which is probably also why, I don't know if your shoulders or left side of your body is hurting. For me, it is, because I'm struggling easily receiving abundance in my life. Isn't that funny? Because I have so much abundance around me, and yet I'm still like, am I really worthy? Am I really worthy? I keep on asking that. And so my body's now saying, yes, you are, and you need to kick those blocks. So that's the same for you. You are worthy of the gloriousness that is coming to you. I invite you to embrace it. I invite you to surrender. I invite you to hold yourself while you cry. I invite you to get in that safe, vulnerable place that you can and believe. Like, I have you hugging yourself and saying to yourself, we have done it. We have made it through. And I say we because this is you and all versions of yourself. You've brought all of them forward and you have integrated into a whole wonderful human. You didn't choose a discourse that was negative or angry or hurting. You did not, when you had every reason to. And so now embrace yourself. Shed the sacred tears of recognizing that this journey has been harrowing. It has been hard. It has been difficult. And now allow yourself to open and release the boundaries to your spirit team in the universe to receive the abundance that you dream. And I want you to dream big. They're saying dream big for everything you deserve. I want to close with my beautiful wild Kuan Yin, because I find her words just so beautiful. They just give me such peace in difficult times. So I'm going to give them to you. This is the beautiful card, and it says, blessings bestowed. There is no end to the Divine Mother's ingenuity and grace. No obstacle can obstruct her generosity and protection. So get used to the feeling of the joy of knowing something truly precious is going to unfold in your life. Nurture that feeling like you would the readiness for spring in your heart when winter is upon you. You know it's coming and you anticipate it with such pleasure. So for me, it's really talking about in the moon, this idea that when it's the dark night of the soul, we can't see the sun. We just get a reflection of it. And so we can really allow ourselves to be lost. And she's saying, no, trust, surrender to trust, surrender and recognize that spirit has your back and to lean into that. And if you need more, reach out more. Reach out for Monday cards, reach out again and say, next Friday, Michelle, I need another one. I just need you in my bucket right now. BM, this is for you. And I send you love, blessings, and for all the ways that you gift this world with your wisdom and your love. Take care, my friend. And for everyone else who comes upon this and is listening, I invite you to listen to what resonated in the stories I told, through the cards, through my own stories, or through the readings of beautiful BM, because you came upon this for a reason and there's messages in here and your spirit team wanted you to hear it. And so listen, write down what resonates and leave the rest. Until next time, keep leading with your soul.